get the part of this, get the mayor to do a proclamation.
Okay, first, there was three little misunderstandings I had on this whole deal. One is I thought I was gonna have a microphone. So now that I find out I'm not, I'm going to have to talk real loud! And I'm hoping I don't go hoarse, because I already went hoarse once today, trying to teach Maria how to run the sewer plant.
There's a lot of machinery.
Yeah, it took a lot of talking. Second, I don't have a PowerPoint because I PowerPointed everybody to death several months ago doing the risk management plan class. And then yesterday in Arlington, I got even more PowerPoint while they taught me how to do the class that I did several months ago. And the third thing, my supervisor, Malcolm Not Ray Parker, came up to me several months ago and said, yeah, we want to, just have to go up there and just kind of tell everybody what it's like for the life of an operator. So that's kind of what I prepared. It's a little bit more than just Raleigh Creek. I'm going to talk real quick about all of us, all the sewer plant operators, and the magnitude of what we do. And the way I'm going to put this out there is, way back in about 92, I was living in Tyler, East Texas, where I grew up, and I was working at Tyler Pipe. Then I ended up moving here and kept on going back to Tyler Pipe to work every day, which is a pretty big drive, and I got tired of doing that, so I wanted to get a job here. But I wasn't going to quit that one until I found something compatible here. And I decided I wanted to work at Raleigh Creek Wastewater Plant. So I kept on applying, kept on getting interviewed, and kept on not getting hired. I got interviewed by 5 supervisors and nobody hired me. But the thing they all had in common was Malcolm Parker was sitting in on all 5 of those interviews because he had just become a supervisor. So he was kind of getting interview training by watching other people interview me. So when it came time for him to interview me, he said, let's just cut it. I've heard it enough. You're hired. And I think he hired me so that I would quit getting me an interview. But anyway, while all this was going on, this was 1993, and while this was happening, something happened way up in old Milwaukee, Wisconsin, everybody, at least not the beer. But up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or is it Oregon? Anyway, up in Wisconsin, a horrible thing happened in 93, out of nowhere. 403,000 people got sick at the same time. 403,000. They all got this horrible illness out of nowhere. They gave them stomach problems like you wouldn't believe. The worst of the worst. Running to the bathroom, couldn't come out of the bathroom, having to have a trash can and the toilet. It was as bad as you can get. Horrible stuff. They were running to the emergency room. Some of them couldn't get to the emergency room. They had to be picked up in ambulances because they couldn't get away from the bathroom. And they were clearing out the shelves of the antidiarrheal medications in all the stores. And people began to take note. Why are 3,000 people getting sick in Milwaukee at the same time? And Homeland Security got involved because this happened in the spring of 93, right after the first World Trade Center bombing. Not the one in September 11, 2001, but the first World Trade Center bombing was in 93. They put a bomb in the basement and blew it up. It was the fledgling group that became Al-Qaeda, but it failed to bring it down, but they did set off a bomb. So in Milwaukee, they were thinking this must be a terrorist attack. They've done something to the water. So all these people rushed into the emergency room. They were checking into it. Meanwhile, at the water plant in Milwaukee, they had been noticing turbidity that was a little bit above normal for about 2 weeks. So everybody started looking. We got to find out what this is. We got to find out what this is. While these people stormed into the emergency rooms, the doctors found out they all had become infected with cryptosporidiosis. It takes as long to say it as it does to get over it. It's a infection by the Cryptosporidium bug. The Cryptosporidium is like a bacteria, but it's a protozoa. But it's a sneaky one because it lives inside a little hard shell. So when you get infected by it, they go into your small and large intestine, and your immune system can't get to it because this little shell protects it. They laugh in the face of your immune system and it can't get in. So your immune system has to wait. They reproduce in these shells, and when they break out of it, then your immune system jumps on them, but each one of those is going to come with their own shell, more like what a virus does. And it takes you a long time to get over it. During this time, you're becoming dehydrated, you're becoming sick, and you end up in the emergency room. So it's bad stuff. Your immune system has trouble fighting it. So while this was going on, the doctors determined that of those 403,000 people that got sick, 3,600 of them went into a condition that was immediately dangerous to life and health. There was various reasons, the same reasons you hear, the young, the old, people with compromised immune systems, people that might have been cured of cancer and their immune system's kind of weak, all the various people that would not fight the infection quite as easily. 3,600 of them in immediate danger, and 104 of them died. So 403,000 sick, 3,600 in immediate danger for their life, 104 didn't make it. So I'm going to talk about those 3,600 people. They were in immediate severe danger of their life, and 104 failed to make it. The rest of them did, but their life was changed for a long time. It took a long time to get back to normal. So those 3,600 people are kind of like 3,600 people that got robbed at gunpoint and shot, and 104 of them died, the rest of them survived. Or those 3,600 people would be like 3,600 people in a burning building, and they all had to go to the emergency room. 104 of them didn't make it because of smoke inhalation, and the rest of them made it, but their life was changed forever. So those 3,600 people needed a police officer to have caught that robber, or they needed a fireman to have done put out the fire or checked the fire code on the building. In other words, they needed somebody to save their life. That's a lot of people, 3,600 people. Now, at the sewer, or the water plant rather, I've heard the official word was they found the problem was a hairline crack in a filter. Now, another problem with cryptosporidiosis is those little bugs not only are hidden from your immune system, they're also hidden from chlorine, which is what we use to disinfect. Chlorine can't get inside that little shell, so they go right through the plant. They can't be killed. But the way we get them out is by filtering. You have to filter out the Cryptosporidium bug. So this hairline crack had allowed this to get out into the plant, the water plant. They don't know where it came from. They don't know if it had made it through the sewer plant. They don't know if it had made it coming in from water runoff from a nearby cattle field. You never know where it came from, but it was there. Now, if an operator had managed to see that crack, this is what he would have done. Close the valve to this one, open the valve to this one, take this one offline, let this one run. Flow goes around it, they write a work order, they fix it, they never even know Cryptosporidium went through. That would take 10 to 15 minutes. So this operator in 10 to 15 minutes could have saved 3,600 people. 15 minutes, 3,600 people. That's way more than any police officer or fireman is going to save in their whole entire 40-year career, as well as the whole department, police and fire of any city. Nobody's going to save 3,600 lives in 15 minutes. It's just not going to happen. So this one guy could have been the police officer that could have caught the robber, or the fireman. They would have protected the people. Well, that's the scope of what operators do. We don't know what's going through the plant. We don't see what goes through. But by doing our normal job, feeding chlorine, doing our rounds, checking the units, we're saving lives that we never hear about. We're saving lives that we never see, we never know about. If you don't have candlelight visuals or parades when operators die, but we are lifesavers. We have a creed, and the creed is above the municipal level, it's above the city level, it's on the state level. An operator's creed is to protect public health. Not importance to put on cutting the grass or picking up trash, it's to save public health. And that's what all of us do. And we are lifesavers. I think we deserve the same credit the police and firemen have for being lifesavers. We save many more lives than anybody else could do, and we don't know when we do it because we don't see what we kill going through the plant. And that's, I think we deserve to be called lifesavers. I might have said lightsabers at one point. I was a Star Wars fan. But somebody might say, but y'all don't charge into a gunfight with a robber, nor do you go into a burning building and have to rescue people. That's true, but we do take risks. Everything that goes down the toilet, the sink, the garbage disposal, everything comes in there to us and we have to deal with it. You go out in the winter, you see the steam coming up off the system, it's full of it, and we're walking right through it. I've had to go down into the bottom of tanks with this much raw sludge. We've had to go into areas where you have to wear a type of scuba gear, a Scott Air Pack, because the air is so noxious and lacking of oxygen, you can't breathe in there. We've had to go in places way up high. We've had to go in places way down low. I've had to go in little confined spaces where there's so many spiders that when you're walking through, there's enough webs to stop you from walking. When you come out, you got them crawling on you. So we have to do all this. This is part of our job, but that's all in the line of protecting public health, because here's a fact. Some know this, some don't. There's no such thing as new water. The few little reactions that make water naturally don't make enough to count. And the only way to really make new water is to put hydrogen and oxygen together, light it, and it blows up. And for every explosion, you get a couple of little drops of water. So we just don't do that. The same water today is the water that Noah floated on the ark. So it goes straight from the flush to the faucet. There's no new water. It just rains, it evaporates, it moves, but we're drinking the same water that comes from the toilet. So in between the flush and the faucet is us and then the water plant. So that's the magnitude, the importance of our job. We should have the credit for being just as much as a lifesaver of anybody else who does that. And that's all I got.
Awesome.